What's up, what's up, what's up? My name is Monty Rock, the carry to the ever-loving G, the ultimate bass technician in effect. Here with another episode of Basslands. We're doing two today. Well, one, talking about the music, and we'll talk about what I've learned, along with music, everything else. So another thing will be about veterans. Today's Veterans Day, as of 11/11/11. I'm a veteran. My mother's a veteran. My grandfather, my father's side, was a veteran. My step-grandfather was a veteran. My aunts, my uncles on my father's side, numerous cousins, have all either now served in the military or have been served in any capacity in the military, and all the families around it. Also, like I said, my mother was in the military too. She did 20 years. We're talking about that on the next one. This right now, I want to try to focus on music. I've been doing a lot of life things about Occupy Seattle and all that stuff because this is real. This is all part of my life. And music in my life is my music. So anything that goes on there has some kind of influence, one way or another, on how I do my music. In this instance, I'm at a crossroads on a lot of this stuff. I'm talking about music. I produce electronic music. Not so much hip hop per se, but I do more drum and bass, all that stuff. You guys already know that. One of the things I've not talked about is about the scene up here. I live in Tacoma, Washington. It's about 30-something miles south of Seattle. They mistakenly say the Seattle-Tacoma area. They're nowhere close. They're in the next county over, so I don't even know why they do that. But one of the things, I've got school today. There's this guy who had connections, okay? With our E40 and all those groups, rapping and stuff. So, and he even showed me the texts and stuff. So, I mean, not like he had to do that. But he proved himself. He knew what he was talking about. So I sat down and talked to him, asked him questions. And one of the things is, I said, one of the things is we both agreed upon. Seattle, Washington State, even Tacoma, dealing with hip hop, they don't have that unity here. And actually, it's hard, not even just on music, just on hip hop, but a lot of things in general. See, this place is dead. This place is really dead. Okay, what I mean by that is that I'm really struggling. I'm doing music and stuff, and when I sold my tracks, across the country, I get hits almost everywhere else except here. Am I mad? No, but I became really, really cognizant of what's going on here in the scene, and I was briefly in this hip hop scene up in Seattle, and I'll tell you, there's no unity there. There's none. And let me explain this to you. I was talking to this guy. I'm gonna say names, but you can follow him on Twitter under the Hawk3, THEHAKWK 3, number 3. Now, here's I asked him, what's the difference with Portland, because he was talking about Portland, how Portland's blowing up. And really it is, because it's not just from hip hop. It's like a lot of things, music down there. What he said is there was a more tighter sense of community. Okay, they have people on the stage, the boys, they have the boys' name that's coming out, and they devote time to that, and they be each other's hype men and stuff. And I'm thinking, how come I don't see that much? I look at a paper called The Stranger, and they don't, talk about hip hop. All they talk about is stuff in Seattle. They don't want to talk about Tacoma. They don't want to talk about what's going on Thurston County or Olympia or anywhere like that. And you gotta wonder, why is that? It's the lack of unity. And then he tried to get some people. He tried to get some people to get hooked up in that, and all they want to do is want to live the lifestyle, but they don't want to do the work. And it got me thinking. These people up here don't really want to grind that much. The only really real known person really to come out of Washington State really still, after almost 30 years, is still mixed. I ain't slamming Mix because he paid his dues. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is, how could he be the only one still recognizable? Should be more people. And yeah, I've heard there's some people off and on made some national, but when you come down here, dude, when I ask them, how they feel like when they come up here, and he's like, dude, really? See, here's the thing, okay? The lifestyle, going to clubs, and this is one thing that really got me too. He said, well, there's a lot of times they have a work ethic. They go in they're at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and they make beats or whatever till 7. But sometimes they go to the club just to make an appearance, just to make a drink or two, and then they head to the studio. And I was saying, imagine that. And I was thinking what I want to do, because but the one thing we kind of diverged on, I didn't bring it up, is that I don't want to be signed. I want to do this best, so I sell on my own. So when it comes back mostly to me, minus the distribution, and that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to deal with again when my second album come out. But in any case, he has a sense of community, and he brought up a point that what he does down south, because he's from the south too. And that's one of the reasons why I was able to talk to him, because brothers up here are a trip. Anyway, but I digress. So he was talking, he said, he said down south, people be hyping each other's stuff. They all were down together, and what they do, you see my Piggly Wigglies or whatever grocery store chain down there, they go out there, sell their CDs for $1 or $2. Up here, they would have sell their CDs for $5 to $10. And I'm like, yeah. I know, I was briefly in the scene up in Seattle, and whenever they had a group that come from Tacoma, they didn't want to hear it. And I'm thinking, damn, you guys ain't the shit. I'm sorry. People in Seattle, Tacoma for that matter, or anywhere else who ain't willing to work together, is one of the reasons why Washington State will not ever be as big on the hip-hop scene. First of all, solution number one, stop being so damn pretentious, okay? You may have some good beats, you may have some good flow, but if you're not willing to, support somebody, let's say, who's not from Seattle, screw that. That means shit. It never goes anywhere. Now, here's my thing, okay? I am, like I said, I'm working on my second album. On my first album, yes, 56%, I think 56% has been from the US, 30-something% had been from Germany, 17-something% had been from the UK. Those are the top 3 countries that people that have been buying my tracks. I mean, it's not like people have been buying them by the thousands, but that's how the statistics go. Okay, and I can pretty much guarantee you the 53% that's been sold of people selling music that buy my music that's in the country. I bet you all of them except for maybe 1 or 2 that ever came from Washington State, meaning that everybody from different parts of the country like what I was kicking out, except where I am living at. Ain't that the shit? And then you gotta wonder, at first I was thinking, man, maybe I'm just not good enough. No, it's not me, it's them. And no, I'm not being facetious, I'm not being arrogant, I'm not being pretentious. I know I have a market. I know I have a fan base somewhere. And he makes up a good point. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice things to get to that fan base. And so I'm thinking about that. What am I willing to sacrifice? I'm ready to relocate. There ain't nothing for me up here anyway. I mean, yes, I got my girl up here. I got my son up here. But all that stuff can be restored if my music pump out, if I have a good good support system. I don't have it up here. I don't. Other than my and moms, you know, mom's in the East Coast now. Thank God she found what she wanted to do, and we both agree this place is dead. There's nothing for me here, nothing. I've got a good friend in Seattle. I'm trying to talk to more, get in contact more often. And thanks for Aaron, for shooting the picture up at Occupy Seattle, Aaron. I really appreciate it. Even though I started getting tired and started getting forgetful of what your name was, I still appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's nothing for me up here. I didn't go to the academy thing because I didn't think it was much point. There is but bring this back home. I cannot believe this city, Tacoma, or this state. Let's say this state, that hip hop will ever be getting any serious play up here, because one, they don't have support of the local radio station except late at night, and Cube ain't hip hop. Screw that. It's hip hop. They play the same damn shit over and over again 3 or 4 times in a row. Forget your Cube. You ain't all that. Never had, never will. Alright? That's number one. Number two, they need to have some people really celebrating, really helping support each other. No matter which city you come from, no matter which part of the state you're from, you gotta support each other. If you don't, the shit still ain't gonna go out. And I can tell you. Now, I listen to this dude named Anonymous. I ain't slamming him, but why throw in T-Town as a throwaway, like it's a whole complete entity where there's a whole bunch of different sections in Tacoma that represent, and you just throw T-Town like it's a throwaway, dude. If you talk about Rainier, that's cool. I ain't dogging you on that. But really, don't try to throw out Tacoma like it's just a throwaway shit. For real. If you reppin' King County, that's cool. But you know what? But you ain't got that much unity down here. Not with me. And since I'm doing music too, this should count a little bit. Don't ever, and I'm saying this, because I still go rep Tacoma, but I also know that Tacoma ain't gonna support me doing what I'm doing, because I had a chance to meet up with some dude from back in the day that I used to work with. He still haven't called my ass yet. Even after I told him, I said, look, I got some stuff going. You wanna go talk? We go listen to his stuff and then you can go. He didn't do that. That's like a big disrespect in my book, because I'll try to go out and try to support him. I supported him and his crew. He don't want to do me? Screw. Fine. Let him do what he want to do. I'm going to go handle my own. I'm not mad. My feelings ain't hurt. But that just goes to show you ain't gonna, nobody in this clique, this whole Washington State clique, ain't gonna really go for it unless they really get their head off their asses and start supporting each other for real. Alright? Sorry for the cursing, but it is what it is. And I'm getting sick and tired of hearing folks, always hearing something, if I haven't heard any major people come out from Tacoma, and I know we got people who can flow, but ain't being rep for anywhere else. So I've been pushing this King County shit. That's fine. That's your home, but don't try to throw in Tacoma like it's all part of that clique when you know it's not, and you ain't gonna give us props for it. So don't even try it. That's the reason why the hip hop scene will never be as big, ever. Alright? Now, that being said, I hope you have a good day. Peace, one love, and remember, you gotta be united. The only way to build people up is by coming together and having each other's back. Not have one clique up here, and not willing to try to help out somebody who has something there and don't want, but still struggling, and don't want to help them out. Think it's all about you, and that's how it is with a lot of things up in Washington State. For real, it has been that way. It's been that way outside of hip hop, and it's worse in it. So, be good to each other, support each other. God loves you, so do I. Peace out.